Hi friends, here's the new Froggy book that I wanted to read you today, and the title of it is called Froggy Goes to Bed. And there's a picture of Froggy in his room trying to get ready to go to bed. And sometimes on the back of these Froggy books, it gives you like a clue about what the story is about. And it says, "Will Froggy ever go to bed?" Question mark. So this story is about Froggy not wanting to go to bed and putting off or hesitating going to bed throughout the whole story. So again, here's Froggy Goes to Bed by Jonathan London and illustrated by Frank Runquicks. And here's Froggy's bedroom. And he's getting ready to go to bed, but he's got a little bit of a mess in there. All right, here's Froggy. It was late, and Froggy was too pooped to pop. He'd been playing hard at Max's house all day. So Max is one of his best friends. And Max is not a character in this story. This story just has two characters in it. It has Froggy and his mom. But they talk about Max. Max is his neighbor. It's his best friend that he plays with. So you can see that Froggy's played hard all day. He's really, really tired. You can see his quilt on his bed is different that Frank Runquicks made for this story. But guess what? Even though Froggy is so tired, when his mama says, "Froggy!" called his mother, "What? It's time to go to bed." Guess what Froggy says? "No," says Froggy, "I'm not tired." So he was just saying he was so tired, but he doesn't want to go to bed. Do you guys ever feel like that? Sometimes I get so tired, I get too tired to even get up and go to bed sometimes. "Well, why don't you take a nice bath?" said his mom. "We'll make it a bubble bath." So here she is pouring in the bubbles and getting him a nice warm bath ready. And Froggy says, "Okay, but first I have to go find my boat." Flop, flop, flop. So he wants to take his toy boat into the bath with him so he can play in the bath. So Froggy went looking for his toy boat, and he looked inside the fridge. Nope, no toy boat in the fridge. I would hope they wouldn't keep their toy boat in the fridge. And then he looked beneath the sink. Beneath means under the sink. He looked under the sink. Do you see the toy boat in there? Under or beneath the sink? Nope, not there. He looked in the laundry bin. Found it. So sometimes people will call a laundry bin a hamper. So he had his boat inside the hamper. Now that's kind of a funny place to keep his boat, but at least he found it, and now he can go take his bath. And there he is in the bathtub with his boat. Splash, splash, splash. Having a great time taking his bath with his toys. What do you guys like to play with in your bath? Do you guys take toys in the bath? Let's see. So he gets out of his bath, and his mommy says, "Now it's time to put on your pajamas," said his mother, and she wrapped him all cozy warm in a towel. "Okay," said Froggy, "but first I have to go find them." So now he flop, flop, flops out to go find his pajamas. And when he gets into his room, he looks on the floor at the other clothes for his pajamas, and nope, no pajamas here on the floor. And he looked in his toy chest. Nope, no pajamas in the toy chest. And he looked behind his desk. So here he is behind the desk, and guess what? He found his pajamas hiding behind his desk. That's a silly place to keep pajamas. But at least he found them, and now he can get ready to go to bed. But before he goes to bed, his mom wants him to do something. And you should all be doing this every night before you go to bed. And do you know what she's going to ask him to do? She says, "Froggy!" called his mother. "What? It's time to brush your Teeth, said his mother. So she's standing here with the toothpaste. But Froggy says, okay, Mom, said Froggy, but first I have to go find my toothbrush. Froggy is always looking for things because he never is putting his things back where they belong. So he's always looking for things. Does that happen to you and your family? Sometimes that happens in my family. Flop, flop, flop. Off he goes to look for his toothbrush. I wonder where he's going to find his toothbrush. The first place he looks is in the fishbowl. Did he find it in the fishbowl? He looked in the fishbowl. Nope. He looked in the wastebasket or the trash can. Nope, not here, he says. And then he goes into the kitchen and goes into the cookie jar. And guess what? He found his toothbrush in the cookie jar. He looked in the cookie jar. I found it, he says, and he brushed his gums. Because frogs don't have teeth, so instead of brushing his teeth, he's just brushing his gums. Brush, brush, brush. Okay, so now he's had his bath. He's got his jammies. He's brushed his teeth. Is it time to go to bed now? Froggy, called his mother. What? Says Froggy. I bet you want your Huggy, said his mother. What do you think a Huggy is? Froggy says, yep, I have to find my Huggy. So off he goes, flop, 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 and he's going to go look for his Huggy. Do you know what a Huggy is? Here's his Huggy right here. It's his little stuffed doll or animal that he likes to sleep with. Do you guys have a Huggy that you sleep with? Okay, here it is. It's under the stove. Bonk, and he hits his head on the stove. He gave it a hug and he climbed into bed. Finally, I think he's gonna go to bed. Now, says his mom, it's time to go to sleep, said his mother, and she gave him a goodnight kiss. Okay, said Froggy, but I need a snack. And then I'll go to sleep. And he hopped out of bed, flop, flop, flop. So now he's ready for bed, but now he wants something to eat. Oh my goodness. Guess what he eats? Munch, scrunch, munch. What do frogs like to eat? Think about it. Let's see. He ate a bowl of flies. There he is, eating flies, because that's what the frogs like to eat. And then he crawled into bed. Is he finally going to go to bed now? Now go to sleep, Froggy, says his mother. She was getting a little tired herself. Okay, said Froggy. But now I'm thirsty. I want something to drink. And you have to close my closet and open my door just a crack and turn on the night light, just how I like it. And then I'll go to sleep. Oh my goodness, this is taking a long time for Froggy to go to sleep. Oh, fiddlesticks, says his mother. She's getting annoyed with him, but she still goes and gets him his glass of water. And it's when she's handing it to him, guess what happens? Can you see that? Look what happened to the glass of water, and look what the mommy's clothes. Oops, cried Froggy, looking a little more red in the face than green. It's spilled, he says. Oh no, Froggy. Oh, Froggy, said his mother, and she wiped it up and cleaned it up. And then got him another glass of water, glug, 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 and he drank it all down this time. And she closed the closet slam. And she opened his door just a crack. Creak. And then she turned down the light just right. Now go to sleep, she said. Do you think he's going to go to sleep now? I can't imagine there'd be anything else that he would need to go to sleep. But there is. Okay, says Froggy, but first, will you read me a story? He says to his mom. Oh, of course, dear, she yawned, and she read. There she is reading him a story. And she read, and you can see her eyes are starting to go down a little bit. And she read till the book dropped, thump, and she fell asleep, snoring like a horse. There she is. She's dropped the book. Mom's fast asleep and Froggy's still awake. Poor Mom. Oh my goodness. Good night, Mom, said Froggy. And then finally he closed his eyes and went to sleep. Zzz. Now they're both sleeping. Good night, Froggy, said Mr. Owl, sitting on a branch outside of his window. Whoo, 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 says the nighttime owl. And that's the story of Froggy Goes to Bed. He was really putting that off, but finally he did go to bed after he got all those things done. And to think he was so tired in the beginning of the story, but it took him so long to get to bed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story, and I can't wait to read you guys another Froggy story again.